footage was holding up right into the very end, and I was very devastated. Or not very, but I was pretty devastated when I saw the footage back and saw that building look like a damn rainbow. After seeing that, I looked it up and I come to learn that this is called the Moire effect. And this effect is likely to be seen on man-made things, on buildings, on architecture, on rooftops, on fabrics, and on clothes. And this is very concerning to me because I want to work with clothing brands in the future. But I ran some tests. I put the camera to the test. I laid some of my shirts down that had fine details, some of my polos, and I even pointed it at the screen door. I tested both photos and videos, and it was honestly promising to find that it was hard to recreate the Moire effect. Well, I did find it in one image, in one photo, not really the video of a polo, but that's only when it's zoomed in at 800%. When you're zoomed out, you can't even really see it. So after testing and watching reviews, I want to tell you what I learned on how to reduce even the likelihood of this happening to you in the footage you take. One way you can reduce Moire from happening is by making your aperture smaller, and I'm talking literally. You're going to increase the f-stop to make the hole smaller, not bigger. In very simple terms, this causes the light to work harder to reach the sensor, and it reduces the sharpness of the image. And when you reduce the sharpness, you get rid of the Moire, because Moire is just, honestly, the sensor trying to be very fine detailed with each pixel, and each little detail is trying to pick up on the fabrics, on the buildings. Another thing that can help with sharpness is a diffusion filter. I have one right now on my camera. And note, I did have the same Black Pro Mist 1/8 strength on my camera when I was recording that building. So that's not an entire solution in itself. I'm very intrigued to test maybe a 1/4 strength filter. That might really help, but that might be a drawback in itself where I don't just like the look of it overall. And my last in-camera tip to decrease Moire is to shoot your subject that's causing the Moire out of focus. Again, with sharpness, you're just blurring it out of the image. There are other means to deal with the Moire effect. You can edit it out in post, but that's a hassle, and I'm not going to be showing this in this tutorial. And you can also just get rid of the thing from your scene that's causing the Moire. Let's say I was wearing a fine detailed shirt. I could just always change clothes to make sure I don't have the Moire effect. But if I'm working for a clothing brand, that might not be an option. So is this a deal breaker for the Lumix S5 Mark II? Well, it's very promising that I wasn't able to recreate it with my shirts. The fact that I did catch it, though, is still a concern. But yeah, with further testing, I think right now, at least, I'm going to stick with the camera. If this was helpful for you, to my other Panasonic people, please like it. And hopefully it can help others out there. If you guys like more of this content about the Lumix S5 Mark II, please check out the channel. I hope I see you in the next one. Deuces. Look at my little setup right now. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Testing out this microphone setup. We'll see.